Hey, good afternoon traders and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at NVIDIA, ticker symbol NVDA, show you what I'm seeing in the charts and where I think this is going to go. But first what we're going to do is we're going to start with, I want to show you guys my TradeZilla, which is an aggregate of all of my trades across my different accounts, which include both swing and day trade. And what it does is it shows you my net profit month to date, it shows my win rate, it shows my profit factor, all that good stuff, and it does it on a monthly basis. But I want to show you this because I want you guys to know that I'm a real trader. I do this day in and day out, and I'm very, very good at what I do. I don't share this to brag, but only to show my subscribers that I am executing these trades, and I do quite well. So you can see in the month of June 1st through June 24th, which is today, and it hasn't pulled in one of my other accounts, which actually was up about 2,800 today. So that should, tomorrow that's going to be much larger, and we're going to be looking at about $53,000 in net profit. My trade win rate's just over about 70%, and that's a combination of day trades and swing trades, which is one of the reasons you see the trades here are so many per day, because this is taking into account everything. It's taking into account covered calls, it's taking into account as I leg in and I leg out, and a variety of different things. So I just wanted to start with that to give you guys context and give you validation of what I do. I could even show you guys, if I go back to just the beginning of the year and show you what that looks like, and then change that. So you can see, beginning of the year, I'm just shy of about 200,000. Trade win rate's about 75%, day win rate, and blah, blah, blah. So you can see that all here. You can see all the wins, losses, layered in, all that good stuff. So I just wanted to share this with you guys again, not to brag, but only to validate kind of what I'm doing. Then I wanted to show you the next thing. Before we get into NVIDIA, I want to show you the S&P, or the SPX, the S&P 500. And I want to put it in logarithmic chart. And I want to go back to basically when there was no data, right? So back to 1929. And you can see what I've done here is I've drawn a pivot top high from 1929 in August to the pivot top high in 2000, right? The dot-com bubble, to this pivot top high in 2021. And then we had that correction with COVID and all that. And then here we go, right? So here we are today. So I want to zoom in now, and this is on the monthly time frame in logarithmic scale. So you can see we kissed it here, and you can go back all the way down. You can see here's this ascending wedge forming, and you can see where we are today. This is crazy, right? This is crazy stuff. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and I want to show you this because this is where I think we're headed, which is why I think NVIDIA is going to go where it's going to go. Small caps are going to do what they're going to do, and so on and so forth. So you can see we, on a monthly basis on the SPX, we kissed these highs, had this massive drop. That's the tariff news. Boom, this massive, not a bottoming tail because it's not at the bottom, but you have this massive wick, which shows accumulation, which shows we're going higher, which is exactly what we did in May, and here we are in June. So obviously June's candle is going to look bullish, and we're going to, in my opinion, going to go up and test this 6250, 6300. We might even have a throw over, right? And that might look something like this, to where we go over and then back down, right? And then we come back down. Now we're not going to go right there. Probably would be something like this. This maybe. Maybe something like that, and then down. But you get the idea. So this is kind of where I think we're headed on the S&P, or on the S&P 500. And I think this thing's going higher, right? Boom. We got this. It might just kiss the top, right? And it might just sit in there at something like this and not overthrow. But chances are, I think it's probably going to overthrow. Okay, so let's now get into NVIDIA and kind of show you what I'm seeing here. So like everything else, had this massive sell-off with the tariff news, and then we had this automatic rally, and then we had the support get retested, and then boom, we're off to the races, right? We break out of here, they gap us up, we come back, we back test this level, which was a perfect entry opportunity at about 130, and then we take off, and then we've been consolidating in this range for the last week or so. And today we just popped through it, right? So We haven't confirmed above this range. That would take a candle close on the daily chart above today's high, which was about 148-ish. And we're going to want to see that tomorrow. And then I think we obviously are going to get to, the 153 range, in my opinion. I also want to put on this parallel channel that we're also in. So let me just apply this 1 second. So I also see us, and let me take this demand zone off. Boom. So we had that zone. So here we kind of are. I think this frames us out a little bit better, right? So this puts us right here. You can see we had this aligns here, this aligns here, back test, kind of rode this median line a little bit, and here we are. We closed right at the median line. So I think we're coming up. We're gonna, and this is why I think we're probably going to overthrow, and we're going to probably get a little bit higher than 153 is because we have this parallel. So I think we're going to come up and test this 154, 155. We're going to hit a new all-time high. It appears. It looks that way, right? I mean, everything keeps going up. It's crazy. And there's going to come a day of reckoning, but for now, everything's going up. We're in this ascending parallel, which, as all of you know, inherently is bearish when it's uptrending like this, and will ultimately roll over, right? It might look something like this. Let's just kind of draw this in. So we might do something like this. Boom, retest, and then down we're through it, right? Something like that, back down to this area. So we'll see how that all plays out. Obviously, nothing, this is only projected pathing based on all of this. But you got to remember, we went from $95 pretty much to now 100, if we get to 55 in a straight line. I mean, that's insane, right? Look at the price movement on NVIDIA. It doesn't do this. The stocks don't do what they're doing. I mean, look at Micron. Look at this. It had this one consolidation range, no significant pullback, gaps along the way, and just keeps going higher. Now, we did have a significant gap fill today. You can see that. We filled that gap, and we actually closed above it. So, where's this going? Likely to test this level, and then ultimately probably to previous all-time high. So we have all of these really look like that, right? You could look at the SMH, and you can see we just broke out of this consolidation. We broke out above this previous gap fill. We broke above this down trending. In fact, we consolidated on it. So where's this going? Likely to the double top. Or even is that a triple top? Yeah, double top, triple top, however you kind of want to look at that. But definitely that's going to be a key level, and I will be taking that short, especially as we go right into it like this. It's crazy. I mean, these kind of moves don't happen like this. We are in this state of euphoria. We are in this state of everyone can buy anything, and it's going to keep going up. That won't last. The game of musical chairs will come to an end. Everyone's popping champagne bottles, the dom, all aces. I mean, everyone's going nuts, and for good reason, right? Things keep going crazy, but this will come to an end, and it will come to an end severely and drastically, and people who are caught off sides will lose a lot of money. So I want to put this up, guys, on your radar. Going back to NVIDIA, we do have those opportunities. We can ride this up, but just be careful, guys. Be cautious. I'll be legging out. I'll be legging into puts. I'm already short the SMH, the semiconductor index. Again, knowing that it can go higher, and I'm dollar cost averaging along the way. But I have my positions on. You also have this bearish divergence, negative divergence that I want you to be aware of, and also you have this possible breakout of the RSI. So this is interesting, right? So you have this downtrending bearish divergence, and then we have this breakout today. Not confirmed. It can fall back in, but it does look like it's going to confirm out and likely will come up, but it still will likely form another bearish divergence somewhere up here, even though you have this breakout. So that's that. That's kind of what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys found value in this analysis and you enjoy my analysis videos. New channel. I love doing this, love bringing this to you guys. I'm going to continue to do 2 or 3 a day on the weekends. I want to make sure that you guys are fully loaded, knowledgeable, educated, and I want everyone to make a lot of money along the way. But bear in mind, I am not a financial advisor. No financial advice will be given on this channel. This is strictly for educational purposes only, and just to bring you guys true, raw opportunities in the market, but most importantly to educate you guys along the way and teach you guys so that you can do this analysis on your own. So smash that like button if you enjoyed the content today. Tick that little bell, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to bring this to you live daily. You'll get alerted, and yeah, all I ask for in return is a simple like, share, comment. All that stuff helps, and until then, I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers and peace out.